All right, Viva Mexico, cabrones. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're live. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to be starting from, let me just take a, let's see, starting from the beginning, letting you know how we got to this point. Oh, hi, honey.
Hi.
Go Longhorn Steers. I mean, go Longhorns.
Longhorn Steers. Wow.
Love Texas. Love Longhorns. Thank you, Robert. Robert's Blender. It's probably going to be coming to get it one of these days.
Soon, sure.
So, I don't know if we should do like a podcast or not. But basically, I'm going to just tell you how we got to where we are right now. And how it took 42 years for me to find my ultimate dream job, which was taken away in a few seconds. So I want to start like at the beginning, right, as far back as I can remember. Well, so basically we're going to be asking for donations. So anybody that's going to be not wanting to donate, probably it's cool you listening, but if you can donate $1 if you want. That's fine. We're just looking for help, as our channel will never make money. This Rosarito Beach, Mexico channel will never make money. And we can touch a little bit about that later. So, starting out in the beginning, I think it was like, as far as I can remember, when I was like 5 or 6, I remember running through the woods, and my dad and my uncles were building my uncle's house, and it was just like through the woods, like a few little, like I don't know, a few miles through the woods, and we had to help him get it built. So I think that was like one of the reasons why I got into building. You can drink all the water. Why I got into building and why I like building houses and that stuff. So can't remember too much more from the time I was 5 until around 11, 12, somewhere in there. And I remember my grandpa and grandma, they lived in Texas, Harlingen, Texas, way down at the bottom. So one year we were like, yeah, we're going to go to visit grandpa and grandma. And we took the 4-wheelers, the camper and everything, and excited to get down there to Texas and get to see grandpa and grandma, and it's always fun to go and see them. They lived down there for quite a while, so we went down there. We got down there, took the 4-wheelers and the camper and everything, and we went to South Padre Island. I can remember driving the 4-wheelers around and just flying around out there, checking out the sand dunes, and then we were like, yeah, we're going to Mexico. Whoa! Well, this was like 40 years ago. 40 years ago. And so 40 years ago, I went to Matamoros. I thought it was like the greatest place in the whole world. I was like so excited to be my first time in Mexico. And I was like, it's just like, I already had been going to like Mexican restaurants. Chi-Chi's was my favorite Mexican restaurant in the Midwest. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Chi-Chi's or seen their salsa. But anyway, back when I was a little kid, Chi-Chi's was the place to go. Chi-Chi's was the place to be. I know you guys don't want to see this, but I'll show it back there again later. If you guys can donate anything, even if $1 is huge, if you're able to help us. I know not a lot of people want to
can afford.
spend money or donate money. So I don't get off the track. There has been only about one couple, Jerry and Alicia, that have donated to this channel since the 4 or 5 years that I've been making videos. They were the only ones to donate to the channel.
Thank you so much.
And thank you guys. You guys are the greatest. We love you guys. They came to visit us and took us to lunch.
It was really nice to meet them. Really
yeah, it was really nice.
Couple.
Very sweet people. And so hopefully we'll be longtime friends with Jerry and Alicia. They're really, really sweet people. So moving right along, where was that? We were down in Texas and riding in the four-wheelers, and first time in Mexico. So I went across the bridge right there, and there was these little kids. They were like, "Hey, do you got any change? You got any change?" Well, I was like, I feel like I was pimping, you know what I mean? I was rolling. I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a little pocket change right here, a few quarters, you know what I mean? Whatever I had."
Well, you were little, no?
Yeah, I was a little kid. I was like, and these little kids were like, "Oh, you don't have the money?" And they're like, "You know what? We'll give you some gum." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool, you know what I mean?" I was like, giving them all the change, and like, I started looking around. I was like, "Man, I like this place. This is really." I don't know what I liked about it. I think it was just that I was excited about being in Mexico, and I already love Mexican food, and so we went and had a little lunch and stuff, and I was just like beside myself, like all the cool stuff that was for sale, and
sure it was cheaper back then, though.
Yeah, probably 40 years ago. Probably. Lots of stuff was lots cheaper. So we went there and had our little day there, and then finished the visit. So with my grandpa and grandma that year, that summer, it was during summer vacation, of course. Then headed back to Wisconsin, get some more cheese, and that was my first trip to Mexico, and I fell in love with it. And I told myself that day that I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna move to Mexico. I'm gonna move there. I want to be there. I want to have a place there. Like these people, they're nice people, and it seemed like really nice.
Back then, they were.
And I really liked everybody. So my goal, since I decided, like right when I was 12 years old, I was like, I got to get to Mexico. I want to be there. I want to live there. I want to have a house there. I want to live there and marry a Mexican woman and all that good stuff. So we're back, and I was a bad kid. I was mostly just running through the woods, building forts with my dog.
And, not this one.
Not 42.
Not blue. No.
And just living my life, you know, as a teenager. And then I think it was like somewhere around 17 when I ran away. I was like, I just ran to my friend's house, neighbor's house. Like, no, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna be going to live with my friends. I'm not living at home anymore. And I had my driver's license, so got a little Honda CBR 600 crotch rocket, and then I could race around and try to meet my girlfriend or whatever, you know. Then as time went on, let's see, teenager, yeah, started getting in trouble right away, trying to make full automatic weapons and things, and I was caught with stolen firearms.
But you didn't know they were.
But I didn't know they were stolen, of course. They always do this little tricky thing where they're not going to tell you the gun is stolen
Well, they sell it to you, though.
until you get caught. So then my dad was like, yeah, we're going to go to the police station. They got some stolen guns of yours. And I was like, I don't know. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, you had some stolen guns and you're safe. And I was like, crap, they're stolen. So then they're like, yeah, but if we go to the police station and talk to them, just tell them where you got them, then it should be okay. Oh, yeah, I should be okay.
Just rat out the person.
So I don't know if that guy's trying to kill me or not, but he's the one that stole them and sold them to me. So maybe he should have thought about, I guess, if he's going to get caught or not, or what was going to happen. But we're going to be on here
for a little bit
nonstop, talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, anything else. But we're just going to keep going on with my story, asking you guys for small donations. Anything will help. We will send out stuff if you guys donate.
Gifts.
We don't, so we're not like a lot of others, maybe. We're asking for donations, but we'll also be willing to send you something. It doesn't matter what. We have lots of stuff to give for people that donate. I don't like to just be like, oh, can you give some money? Free? Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. No, we would like to give something for you so you feel like you got something for your donation. So, I don't know. We have lots of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to give away my Mexican flag.
That's one thing.
Because it goes on my car window. But we will give away like the Call of Duty posters. I think I could figure out how to get in, ship them. So if you guys, I don't know, like if you donate a decent amount so that I can cover the shipping and then gives us a few dollars still of the donation money, that's cool. That's all we're looking for, is just a couple dollars help, whatever you guys can.
Well, like my favorite one is that Grateful Dead.
We got An Evening with the Grateful Dead. That's cool. This might fall in the night. Picture. The Grateful Dead poster. I got it a long time ago, and it's an original poster, 1977. You could tell it was stapled on something, and I think it's only worth like around $25. You can see it's ripped up here pretty good, and not in the super great shape, but nevertheless.
But you should give it to the highest donator. It
is original Grateful Dead poster. So the tickets were $6.50 at their advanced 750 days show. Tickets on sale at Convention Center box office and usual outlets, including Tower Records, Sun Stereo, Kaleidoscope, and Fresno. Fresno? Yeah. And Gottschalk's in Merced and Visalia. For more information, call that number. So I was going to give this to my buddy, but if somebody donates, I will, if you donate $50, we can afford to ship out the thing. Same goes with the Call of Duty things right there. You can donate $50. So we'll get into exactly like the problem and how we got here over time. We want to stretch this out and make it as long as possible. So,
any questions?
Any of you guys that are not going to be like long-termers, I know we're already 15 minutes. But we're going to try to stay on here for hours, only because we're trying to just
pay what we need to pay.
Get like $100 together, maybe.
It'll probably be less than that once we ship out the rewards.
The problem is I need to get my passport card, which is like $60. And I only have like 3 days to do it because I waited too long. Not being able to work has just been pretty tough on us.
And Blue's over here trying to be part of the video.
Where'd he go?
Can't even see him. Say hi, Blue. Come on.
Here he goes.
This is
Here's
Blue.
Blue. There's 42. Hi, 42.
He's a big protector, this one.
He's Daddy's big boy.
He's only a year old.
I think he's almost 2 years old now.
In December, he'll be 2.
You good boy?
Say
Yeah.
hi. Say hi to the subscribers.
Say hi, everybody. My name is Blue 42, and I'd like to join you.
Look at his beautiful eyes. That's one thing that caught my husband's attention was the blue eyes when he was a puppy.
Yeah, he came and he was like, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. And I go, ah. Saluta madre. But yeah, he's a good boy. Oops, sorry, boy.
Careful.
So moving right along. So I was bound determined to get in trouble and get to Mexico. Because I wanted to be in Mexico and live there comfortably, happily ever after.
That's back when we had the job, though.
No, that was when I was little.
You're talking about when you were little.
Yeah. So then, I remember you guys had 5 subscribers. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah. I remember when we had 5 subscribers. Yeah. we had like no subscribers. So I'm going to touch a lot of different points and stuff today. Thank you for bringing that up so I can remember to go over some of that stuff. So yeah, 5 subscribers. Just let me put that on pause for a little bit. We'll get back there as to why I started the YouTube channel, and of course how I never will make money with it unless if people are able to donate. We're never going to make $1 with this channel, ever. I fought with them. I've argued with them. I've pled with them. And I've asked them nicely, can you just go backwards? Then they said, no, we cannot go backwards. So I will tell you guys how to lose compensation on your YouTube channel forever. If anybody can do it, I can do it. I am the king of messing stuff up. So, yeah, I will tell you guys how to do it and how to mess up your channel and never get any money ever.
You're the only one that would figure that out.
I'm the only one that can do that. Everybody else can make money. Everybody else can be our buddy said, yeah, just start another YouTube channel. Yeah, but these 6,000 people, I think they're going to follow. So that's going to be hard to do that. I wanted to get this live. I will take a break in a few to get this link live hooked up to the TikTok. So maybe I can get some TikTok people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, going to be pretty boring. So
well, if anybody's interested in the Grateful Dead, let us know.
Bitty. Yeah. So yeah. Make sure that I get a lot about my dad in there because he had like a great influence on like what we did. So after I ran away and came back, my dad was still into going elk hunting. He had to go elk hunting every year or every other year because back then they were only giving you a license every 2 years. So if you applied for the elk license 1 year, you didn't get it, then you got it the next year. Kind of like you got a little point in the system, and then the next year you get your license. He's bound determined. We got to go elk hunting every single year. Every year, figure out how. Hi, everybody that's new. I see 3 people. We lost 2. No. Come back.
I swear it doesn't get that much boring.
My life is super boring. But I did more stuff than most people have ever done because of my dad. He, number one, he took us out
Rest in
hunting.
peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. My father passed away.
How many years ago now?
I'd have to look at the thing. About 10 years ago now. It's been quite a while. Yeah, he's resting all right. Probably. Well, at least he's resting in one piece. I got to that. That's a good thing. Dad's resting in one piece. No, but my dad was a great father. He took us elk hunting every year. You know, anybody that I'm not really talking to too many people on the phone too much. You can message, but I might not message back. Just haven't been feeling up to much. You know what I mean? It's really hard. I will get into more stuff later. So I'm not really answering too many messages, too much. Mostly just hanging out here at the house and trying to relax, not stress. Which you can tell is stress. Don't stress. We got the rooster shirt on today. Got 200 of these rooster shirts. If you think I'm wearing the same shirt every day, I am, because I got 200 of them. That's what happens when you sell clothes. You eventually find shirts that you like. And then I was like, I'm not going to be able to sell any of these chicken shirts. Stupid flies. I'm not going to be able to sell any of these chicken shirts. I'm going to keep the flies from landing on my head. Just put my hat on like that. Now you can't land. So, where were we at? We were at about 16, 17, 18, 19. So my dad's taking me to elk hunting in Colorado, Oregon, Wyoming,
Not
everywhere.
Mexico.
Not Mexico. No, we haven't seen an elk down here yet in Mexico. But if you guys want to help out tremendously in the most and best way that you ever can, purchase this supplement, and you can message me and find out what address to send it to. I have an address in Orange County to my friend's house, so you can send this to. If you order it online, it's a lot cheaper. You can get it at Target, but if you can, please help. This is about all I'm eating. Sometimes I try to cheat when nobody's looking and try to steal like cookies and naughty stuff, but I can't. Shouldn't eat anything but this and some pills. So yeah, all around the world. Dad's taking us to Colorado, Oregon. Yeah, got to go out cutting every year, running through the mountains. Man, I've been everywhere. Through these hills, mountains, and one night we started walking in the afternoon late, and it got too dark, and we couldn't make it back. And my mom thought we died, and she was going to hit my dad with a frying pan because he stayed out all night. We couldn't even make it back. It got too dark. The flashlight batteries went dead. We had to start a fire and just listen for bears and elk all night long.
They didn't have cell phones back then, huh?
Mm.
Not quite yet.
Nevertheless, we didn't die. We heard a lot of elk that night, and we almost melted our shoes off by keeping so close to the fire because it was so cold. We were so cold. We tried to get so close to the fire that your boots would start to melt. So we trying to stay warm, As soon as daylight started hitting, we started heading back, walking towards church camp. But my mom was mad. So don't get scared, you guys. Lots of here's all the numbers if you guys
Zelle, Cash App, PayPal.
get it straight there.
Anything you can donate would be very much appreciated.
Even $1. You guys need the numbers.
This message here, and I can.
You can send a message, or we'll get you the number. No one wants an Australian boomerang.
Very rare. Very rare.
Look at that. It's got on the back. Was cost so much. Davrick, Australia.
Anybody been there before?
You got a phone number on there.
I've never been there.
James. James gave me the boomerang.
Did he? I thought that you found that in storage, no?
No, I believe James gave me the boomerang. I'm not sure.
Shout out to James.
Thank you, James. Get a boomerang. Want this Australian boomerang?
Whatever donation.
If you guys can. You gotta have like a minimum donation thing. Moving right along. So 21, 20, 18, 19, 21, going around elk hunting. I can't remember how many times I went elk hunting.
How many elk have you actually killed though?
One time we went out walking and coming up over top of these little places down there were tons and tons and tons of elk were in there, and then we were spying on them and stuff. It got too dark that time too, and then I don't know how my dad found the way back to it was a trail. I don't know how he found it way back to the camper, but I was so tired and out of energy. I was seeing people along the path and just like seeing people like, oh, there goes mom right there. I was just so, and my muscles were all cramping up, and I was just like younger. I think that's my teenage years, but you get some trips messed up with some of the other ones, but nevertheless, we were out west. Whew, it's getting hot out west.
Well, you got the sunshine on you.
Digging around for elk, year after year after year after year. So I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, we were elk hunting out there one time in Colorado, and somebody said something about gold, and my dad was like, "Gold? We got gold right here. We got gold. There's gold." And I can't remember. We could find out right now, but I can't remember exactly what what year it was and how much gold was then, but it was quite a decent price. So my dad had this idea in his head we're going to go gold mining. And since we're already out west looking for elk, we're going to look for some gold. So we started looking for gold. This creek, that creek, the other creek. This is Colorado, Montana, different places around in there. That creek, that creek, this other creek, another creek. Good creek, bad creek.
I'm going to send it to James.
Huh?
I'm going to send it to James.
James.
I'm going to send this to James.
Okay. So then, I remember getting into a couple different places that we went. Then I'm not sure what happened, but I know what happened. We Montana somewhere ran across the guy by the name of Don Johnson, just like Miami Vice. Don Johnson. He was a Mormon, and we got to meet him. Really nice guy, nice family. he knew of a place right there in Montana where what they described to us is that there was a blanket of dirt. It was about so many feet thick by so many feet, a vein. It was a vein, so many feet thick by so many feet wide, and it was like a batch of dirt that all you had to do is just dig the dirt out, basically mine the dirt out, take it, and then put it in, cook it, and it was all the ingredients there to make gold, although it just wasn't cooked yet. Well, basically, you just mine it and then uh, put it in barrels, take it, ship it on the train, cook it up, and boom, you got gold. So they convinced my dad to put a few $100,000 into that mining thing, and the best to my knowledge, it just they stole the money from my dad. I can't remember what happened. I think it was around 300,000 that he invested in that gold thing. Well, that didn't work out too well. He had another investment going on. So like these land clearing machines, and they would clear the land, and they needed a few $100,000 for that. So he invested in that, and that didn't work out either. So now my dad invested pretty much all his money, pretty much $1 million. Just I was so thankful and so excited and so happy that I was like, Dad, you think I can buy a Subway and Subway sandwich restaurant? How much is it? 80,000. I wanted to build one in Alaska. I wanted to build open a Subway sandwich shop in Alaska, and open it there. And I thought it would do really well. I was working as an assistant manager in the Anchorage stores. I saw this store doing like 25, 30,000. I seen the downtown store doing like $100,000 a week, and I was like, yeah, this is good right here, you know. I already the assistant manager, so I know how to do it. And I was like, yeah, you know, 80 grand to pop this Subway. And it was in a spot that there wasn't a Subway yet, and a lot of travel, a lot of people. Basically, after the Subway opened, I seen it later, and there was just people in there nonstop. You know, total time, the days, operating hours that it was open, there was always people in there. There was always people stopped in there eating a sandwich. Phew, warm. So he said, yeah, I don't know about 80,000. That's a lot. How about 50? 50. 50. So I looked around Anchorage, and I was able to find a little pizza restaurant for 55,000, which included the equipment. I don't even remember why we needed to pay all that to get started, but it was 55,000, and it was two pizza ovens, all the stainless steel stuff, mixer, everything. There was already a pizza restaurant in there that just got caught with some Uzi machine guns in the freezer, so they had to get out of there. And then the lady who I bought it from, Carol, she owned the little strip mall right there with the 7-Eleven, liquor store, TCBY yogurt place, and all that. And hold on 1 second, I gotta shoot this dog real quick. There it goes, Pokemon. Better get
Sorry.
going. Better get out of there.
Somebody's dog that's on our property.
Get moving. Fucking told you.
What is it?
Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Got a small.
Look at your video.
Got a small intruder, real quick. Where were we at?
The dog.
The dog.
Your dog.
Your dog. What dog? Let's see where we're at.
Acct gold mining.
Acct gold mining.
Oh, pizza.
Pizza. So the restaurant that I bought from this lady, she decided she was selling out. Then we got the stuff. We got the equipment and everything from her. And then she went to Vegas and bought some street cleaning machines. Really nice people. So that only lasted about 9 months, and tried very hard to make that pizza restaurant go, but she couldn't go.
Well, the fact that you can do it away.
Tried to build it, couldn't make it go, and it was a lot of fun though. It was a great time, and we really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Part of my life that was fun and exciting. But as a restaurant, I sold it and went to work at a Japanese restaurant, like a 5-star restaurant, just chopping vegetables and things. So that was a fun restaurant. Then all the Asian people. There was my boss was Japanese. I had a Thai boss. Worked with the Mexican guy Gus. Eskimo guy. I think his name was John. Lots of nice people there. Worked with them people. Then they're like, "Yeah, let's show you some. You want to go digging clams?" Oh yeah. I'm down to dig some clams. So then, oh, you want to go fishing for king salmon? Yeah, I'd like to try that too. And so, so from Anchorage, then they took us down to the peninsula down there, down to the bottom. And then, no, we didn't. We're just shooting at the dog to get the dog off the property. We're not hitting the dog. We're not shooting we're shooting at the dog, not killing the dog.
Shooting it away?
Just shooing it away, yeah. And we don't kill the dogs or cats or anything around here. So where were we at then? And we're right around there. We're going there. So they're like, yeah, let's go down and check out some of these clams, razor clams. These are monster razor clams. They're about like that big, about 5-6 inches. Go down there, down to the peninsula, and dig them. You just as soon as the tide goes out. Don't forget to donate. As soon as the tide goes out, get out there and get the whatchamacallit, clams. Then it was kind of like I'm not sure if I was there was a time that I was in a low income, so for $5 you could get 5 king salmon each year with your $5 license. Well, that being said, the Asians would buy a bucket of the clams, a 5-gallon bucket of clams, for $50. Back then, it seemed to be a lot, but it really wasn't. That was like $1 each. You could only fit like 50 clams in there. Um, 50 clams were $50, and then $50 for a king salmon. The king salmon were pretty monsters. A lot. They were close to like 30, 40 pounds. Monster king salmon. What's going on with my eyebrow right there? I think I got a little notch in there. There goes notching up. So did that for quite a while then. And after I was in Alaska, I think for somewhere around 3 years or so, I decided to get out of there. So me and a couple buddies packed up all their stuff and headed out and headed down the road across Canada. So let me tell you about Canada 25 years ago. We come rolling in there and like, yeah, you ever been in trouble before? Nope. What about you over there? What do you mean? You ever had any kind of? Oh yeah, I had a drunk driving. Oh, that's gonna cost you. Then my other buddy is like, oh yeah, I had a drunk driving. One of them had like one 5 years ago, and the other one had one like 9 years ago or whatever. And we're like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay like $300 each to get through Canada. So we had to go back and get more money because we didn't have enough money. We had enough money for that's about all we had. Just enough money for gas to get across through. Not enough money to pay the $300 each. Then make it through. So we had to go back, have my dad send money, go back, do it again, then try it again. So the second time around, we made it through. No, we didn't make it through. I lied. Second time around, we crashed about 7 miles out of the last town in Alaska, which happened to be Tok, T-O-K. Tok, Alaska. So nobody was watching the road. Nobody was paying attention. And whew, wham, bam, we're upside down in the ditch. With everything that we have is trashed, pretty much. Had to get a few little bags of 2 army bags full of stuff. And that was just about it. So nothing left, just a couple bags. So that was a fun trip. Then made it back to Wisconsin, and I wasn't able to work for quite some time. And
you should show them your scar.
Waiting and
Big scar across his shoulder.
Can't see it very much now, but it was there before. Waiting until I healed up and getting better so I could work again and do something. Boom! Then it was about summertime again, and it's time for us to go on the next gold mining excursion. So here we go, off to Alaska. My dad found this guy Bert in Washington, and the guy needed like 30,000 or whatever to get started for his gold mining excursion for the summer. And so my dad gave him that money. We went up to Nome, and we got into Nome. We went up to Anchorage first, and then we got into Nome, and then we had to take a little 6-seater, little bush plane, 70 miles to outside of Nome, to a little place called Bluff, where there is nothing there at all except for dirt and a little bird watching shack. Which bird watchers were there watching the puffins. And so we got out there and started digging, and it was like, so I rewind, fast forward. This is before I spent. So after I did this little gold mining excursion up there, then I did actually stay in Alaska for like 3 years. But I actually did this gold mining excursion thing before I, so I kind of jumped ahead of myself right there a little bit. Doing this Nome Bluff trip was actually before I started living in Alaska. So rewind back up, things kind of go together and fall apart. Well, I'm trying to remember the story. And keep in mind here, I am also looking for help, advice, and anyone that can direct me in the right direction. We'll get into that in a little while. Will anybody watch this 46 right now, 46-minute live video? I don't know, but we're just going to keep on going live. They just keep on going live and just keep telling the same story over and over and over until we're successful. So my dad on that Nome Bluff trip. Hold on 1 second, let me get this dog in.
Blue.
The Madre. Right over here, Madre.
Blue, come on.
Yeah. With that,
We have to get the dog in.
dog in. So with that Nome Bluff trip, my dad made me go out there on a 5-inch dredge, and they made me spend 3 days underwater, sucking the bottom of the ocean with a 5-inch dredge for 3 days. We did find a little bit of small flowery gold, but I didn't really think it was worth it. So what got him activated is when we first got there, he looked at this pile of dirt on the ground, and just by luck, he grabs a pan and pans it out and finds a nice, about a dime-sized nugget, like a nugget about like this size right there. Just a big old bomber nugget. I mean, probably was, I can't remember the weight of it now. Wasn't super clean and awesome looking, but it was really, it was a nice big nugget. So then he was all excited. Oh yeah, there's a gold over here. We already knew that because he already put 30,000 into these guys with a big operation. They're going to be digging right there and washing. And so what happened was, if you guys want to go gold mining, you youngsters out there, except for Parker Schnabel. We'll get into Parker and Schnabel and all that in a little while. So the glaciers had came across that part of the area of the land right outside of this little bluff town in outside of Nome, about 70 miles. So if you look on the map just down the coast a little ways, you'll see where this place is. So the glaciers just like smeared all of this dirt and gold deposits and everything down in there and made huge pockets of gold. And so that's what we were digging to try to find. And so there was. And so then there was these little, right over there, a few meters where my dad was not supposed to go. He went over there put the dredge down in there, put a bunch of mud on top of it, and the fly over the camera. The fly landed on the camera. Believe that. The fly tried to block the view. So my dad went over there to this hole where he thought it was going to be real nice hole. And so he went over there, mudded up the dredge. It had yellow pontoon, so he mudded it up, darkened it up, so nobody could see in there. Then went down in there and sucked around for a few hours and came out with a big old handful of nuggets, like pea and corn sized nuggets. Just real nice stuff, Just beautiful stuff. Like, yeah, because you weren't supposed to be over there. That's why you're over there. That's why you're fine. He went over there because he heard that they found a golf ball size nugget in there. So he was like, I gotta get over there. I gotta find some. And so he did find pea and corn sized nuggets. They're really, really nice. Really nice stuff. And he wanted to go back in there, but they start flying overhead, trying to catch people where they're not supposed to be on the claims that they're not supposed to be. Well, this we didn't venture over there. We just knew that the gold was over there. Didn't venture over there anymore. Stayed over in our little spot where we were supposed to be, and eventually we got shut down because the water we were putting, the settling pond that we were putting the water back into, it was mudding up the ocean water. So too much dirty water. So thank goodness they don't know about Rosarito or Tijuana right here. They shut the whole thing down. So in Alaska, these environmental protection dudes would come flying in their helicopter. Yeah, you guys are dirtying up the ocean. You can't be doing that. You can't be making dirty water in the ocean. You're going to scare the fish away. So anyway, I remember we had to stop and fix the pond and get that all going back again. But my dad did get paid back his money, his investment from that trip. They made a little more than the $30,000, of course, and paid my dad. But I stayed there in Alaska for 3 years and did the restaurant thing and pizza thing and checked out Alaska. Anchorage is really beautiful, really nice. Doesn't get that cold there. You'd think that it would be getting super cold, but it doesn't get all that cold because the ocean right there keeps it kind of nice and decent temperature. So after the 3 years that I then left out of there and crashed and came back, this time it was to Parker Schnabel's grandpa, John Schnabel. So we went up to Porcupine. So what happened is my dad's friends, he has, they have some friends right there in Haines that they helped make the White Fang movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen White Fang, but it's a pretty good movie about the Klondike Trail, the Gold Rush in Alaska. If anybody's seen White Fang and you're on here, there's only one person. Go give a holler there, will you? Who's seen White Fang? So anyway, they helped make the White Fang movie. Steve and his wife and his son Jeremiah went all up there to meet these people. Really, really nice family. Big little, just a cute little Alaskan family, like the Robinsons, pretty much. Cute little Alaskan family that helped make the White Fang movie. And so we met them, and they're like, yeah, just go over here, right over here, up to Porcupine. And met John Schnabel, Parker's grandpa, and his wife, John's wife, Irma. Some of the nicest people you could ever meet in your life. Like, oh, yeah, come on. You guys want to stay in the cabin? Come on over. They're the sweetest people that we've ever met. And John's wife, Parker's grandma, was blind, or she was mostly blind or going blind. And I remember they took us in their house, and it just had all kinds of old stuff and just the nicest people you ever meet. Come on over and go gold mining in the creek right there. Yeah, you know why? Because the water is so cold that you can only stick your hands in there for like 5 minutes, and then you're done. They're frozen up, and you have to go and rest and heat your hands up because you're not panning that water. I don't care what you say, unless you got some thick rubber gloves on and boots and stuff. That water is just liquid ice water running because it's not cold enough for it to go solid right then at the moment. So he's like, "Oh yeah, come on, you can go down in here and dig right behind any big rock, and you can get out some all kinds of nuggets in there." Oh yeah, we did. You go in there and dig behind a little one of these big boulders and find some gold in there, just like that. But you're not finding very much because your hands are frozen in a few minutes. So come on over, and then they used to have a table where he used to bring out gold in the dirt, and then have like I don't know, like Boy Scouts and I don't know, different little church groups and things. They'd come up there and they'd pan, and they would find gold. Everybody would be sure to find some gold, because there was a lot of it in this little box that he had put. A lot of little stuff, So you could see color. You could see a flower gold in there, little tiny specks, stuff hard to collect and keep because it's so small and it gets dry. It just takes out running. So if you know anything about gold, then you know about that. Well, I didn't even. I met Parker's grandpa and grandma so long ago that I didn't even know Parker was born. Really, I mean, he must have been like a baby when I was there. Um, and I really didn't meet his parents or his aunts or uncles or anything. Just the grandparents, John and Irma, and Don and his dog Diamond. They had some claims right there, and little old lady Joe Jurgalite, rest in peace. Joe Jurgalite was a little old Eskimo lady. She had one leg, and she'd come and bring steaks and have my dad or my mom grill them and cook them for us right there. And then she'd tell us old stories about the mining days when she was just a young lady and how she lost her leg and how they used to go up the Porcupine Creek right there and um, uh, find gold and just how it was in the old days, in the old um, first mining days that they started up there in Porcupine. And so we were there and we were mining and we were even digging around Joe's house. The little old Eskimo lady. She, oh yeah, you can dig anywhere you want, and we're digging around and thinking like there's some gold right in here, and it had to be mostly across the creek over there, where the claims were and stuff like that, because it was just where we were supposed to be at. And then we had another investor guy that came in, so we got a backhoe, a loader, and a wash plant, and we started testing right there. There was gold there, tons of gold there. We were just on the other side of the creek, where where Parker is. Grandpa's claims are right there. We were on the other side of the creek, but nevertheless, that other company came in there and did find tons and tons of gold. So we just didn't dig deep enough. I'm gonna take a restroom break. Be right back.
Did you pause your live?
I paused it.
Mm.
Okay, so where were we at? Can't remember.
Gold mining.
Gold mining. Gold mining in Nome with Schnabels. So yeah, that was a pretty fun time right there. But we stayed in a tiny little. Wish I had all my information together. I would put up the little picture of the little shack that my brother and I stayed in. It was a tiny little room, probably about 12 feet long by 6 feet wide. Just a tiny little shack. And there was a 5-gallon barrel in there. We'd start it up and start the fire and stay hot in there for quite a long time. And what else? And so we stayed in the little tiny little shack, and we would shoot little grouse, little gray grouse birds. And let me just slow play it real quick, you guys, and get this link on TikTok. See if I can't get any of my people over there to come in. And see if I can't get a thing. So I'll try to keep talking to you guys and telling you more, but it's kind of hard for me to do the. I'll put up this one real quick. Try to hold with me if you can, if you're there, if you're. I'm just going to try to get some people in the. And then I will. Lost everybody. I'm just trying to get a little thing on here quick. Just give me one more second and try to get this link so I can put it down there and share it with the peeps over there. Get the live to come up. For myself. And then get that link if I can. Where am I at? There I am. Just let me share this link real quick. If I can, you guys. Thank you guys for being patient. And I am almost done. See if we can't get a couple peeps in here. So yeah, basically, yeah, we got one person. Let's see if that helps a little bit to get the live picking up for a few minutes. So where are we at? We're gold mining in Alaska. I'm running out of drinks. Well, we would just be going up on top of the mountains, and there was like fields and fields and fields of blueberries. And the grizzly bears would be like walking around and eating the blueberries, and you could try to chase them and stuff. They don't really like four-wheelers, quads, so you could chase them and they don't do too much. They just pretty much run away. So we go up there and pick blueberries. There was also these huge glaciers. You could walk underneath the glaciers and let the water run in your mouth, just melting right there, and just in a stream goes right into your mouth. There was some raspberry bushes, not too many. Just a few little patch of raspberry bushes. So we found tons of cranberry bushes, tons and tons of cranberry bushes, miles of cranberry bushes. No salmon right there, no fishing right there. But like during that time, I remember that we did go to town to Haynes, and we would go fishing down around the corner, down past the sawmill. If you guys have been there, you know where I'm talking about. Right up there, and then they have a fence, a fish fence, if you will, where all these little fingers are like this and go into the bottom of the river. There was a big old monster lake up there, and then it drains into the river, and then it goes into the ocean. Well, there's these fingers in there, like this, all the way across, and they won't let the salmon go up through there. And then they just have little gaps where they can go up in there. And then they only let so many go up in there, and they count every one of them. And so during the daytime, when the little thing is open, there's a guy out there watching each one go. And then after a while, they only let so many fish go up in there and spawn, and have the babies up there in the lake area up there. And then, yeah, so all controlled, all just crazy. And there was just so many salmon in there coming up to that gate to get through to that little gap in the thing. Just you throw your spinner out, or just a spinner with a treble hook on there, and you just reel. And if you pull or yank too hard, you accidentally got one. Accidentally. I don't know what that is. Is that a red dye growing on there? Oh boy. No, this is some kind of itching right there. From me frowning and being stressed out. So, went down there, parked the camper right there on the edge of the river, got out of the camper. My brother and my dad and I were down there at the water's edge. Just trying to catch some silver salmon, Chinook salmon, humpbacks, or whatever you want to call them. Just trying to get. Yes, there's lots more gold in Alaska. trying to get them salmon, trying to catch one of the salmon. And then my dad is like, "Hey, don't say nothing." And we're like, "What?" And there was a grizzly bear coming down, but he was over by the camper. My mom was in the camper. He's over by the camper. We're down here by the river, so he's coming down. So we're like, well, we got to get to the back to the camper before he gets to us. You know what I mean? So like, he was just kind of like, hey, I don't understand why you guys are in my spot, pretty much. And he was like, oh, this is crazy, you know. We're like, well, let's go right over here. You know what I mean? Like, scoot right over here. So then, boom, we'd scoot over there, and then he came down to the water, and he's right down there at the water, and he got down there and sat down right on the bank, scooped into the water, grabbed himself out a big old monster salmon, started biting it right there, started eating it, and he'd just take like a couple bites and chew it up and keep moving. And he just wanted to go. He just wanted to get like, you're in my spot, pretty much. He just wanted to get down to the bank and then get a fish and get a little bite of food in his mouth. And then he's like, oh, I feel better now. And then he just went down the bank further. And uh, we got away. We got back in the camper. Never got eaten by that grizzly bear. But then there was a black bear, a little tiny black bear. He was eating the rotten milk and stuff that the old lady would put out. So she would put out um, rotten stuff to try to get him to lure him back in. And I had to hit that fly 3 times. Yeah, this one fly eats the sun. You got right on top of the camera right there. You don't want to. You don't want to go. You don't want to leave. I don't know how these flies are getting in, but there's some coming in. That bear never got us, and then that black bear came up to the front door and started eating rotten milk and butter and stuff. And the little old lady went out there with her crutches and she banged them together like that. Wow! She's like, "Get out of here, you little bee!" And he took off running through the weeds. And I was like, "Wow, this little old lady with one leg has more courage to stand up to a bear than I do." I'm like 25 years old, somewhere in there, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. This little old lady, she's got more than I do, you know. So, speaking of the little old lady, so one day we are mining there. We walked the backhoe up the creek, and we're just, my dad was driving it up in the creek, and there he's like, yeah, I want to go up and check in this waterfall, which was up past Schnabel's, actually, past Schnabel's mine, and up in there into this waterfall where they had worked it years, you know, in the 1800s or early 1800s. There was this waterfall went up in there, and then they had sidetracked the water and put it through this little chute. We went up in there and dug all around, couldn't find anything. The track came off the backhoe, and it was a big mess. Well, John came up, Schnabel came up, and or no, it was Don. I think it was Don and Diamond. Don and Diamond crew. It was Don and his dog Diamond. And they came up and like, yeah, Joe went off the cliff. And we're like, what? Yeah, she drove off the cliff. And so we're like, we jumped on the four-wheeler and went up over there. And here she was. She like went up to this little landing, this little spot, right, little turnaround right there. And there was a big log. And she put it, I guess it was a four-wheel drive. She just stomped on the gas instead of the brake. And boom, up over and down the bank. And then she was stuck down in there for quite a little time until we got down over there and got her back up. But that was like the hardest thing I ever did in my life, is carry that little old lady with one leg straight up a hill with my dad. We had our arms locked, trying to hold her. You'd think she'd only be like a few pounds, and it was actually like an incline, like, get this angle right, like this, an angle about like that. So it's pretty steep. There, about like that. Anyway, it was almost straight up and down. We're surprised that her truck even stopped on going down the hill. There was these two trees that caught her truck and stopped it right there. If not, it would have went all the way down to the bottom of the hill, and she would have probably died. But something saved her, and we were able to rescue her, get her out of there. And then Schnabels came with the truck and put her in the back of the truck and went down and took her down to the end of the road to meet the ambulance, in which she ended up being fine, and she lived for quite a few years after that. Really sweet old lady, Joe Jergalite. I actually have a book with a picture of her in it, but I can't remember where I put that book right now. But she was one of the first people that was in Nome and Haines. I mean, not Nome. I'm sorry, Haines and Skagway and the Gold Rush and Porcupine and up through there. And one of the very first people to start finding the gold in the olden days, right there in the little spot of Alaska down there in the corner in Haines. So yeah, we picked blueberries. We let the glaciers run in our mouth. We chased grizzly bears. They chased us. That's what I should have put in the title, huh? We picked fresh blueberries. We picked fresh salmon. We got fresh grouse. And grizzly bears almost ate us. And that was the Alaska trip. So, with that one being said, moving right along. So, eventually I decided, well, I'm going to get out of, I was like, there's nothing to do in Wisconsin. I mean, there is, but I want to be in California and try to find a life here, California. And so it's pretty hard. I started fixing seats and the chairs, vinyl repair. Did that for a while. Worked for Little Caesars. Did all kinds of stuff. Did a little bit of everything. Tried working here. Worked at call centers. I did all kinds of stuff. Mostly in my working time, so it's all construction, drywall, a little bit of concrete, not too much. As far as working in work history, I've done lots of different jobs. Construction, restaurant. How did I find my dream job? So, I think it was, I can't remember what year it was when I met my wife. 2011, maybe? 2011. I was working for this Mexican millionaire. And $10 an hour. Doing yard work, working on apartments in LA. Doing whatever maintenance needed to be done. And one day I was like, I'm tired of this. This $10 an hour, never going to get anywhere. Gotta get to Mexico. Gotta get a place. Gotta do so much stuff, and it almost seemed impossible $10 an hour to get anywhere or do anything. So I started looking on Craigslist, which was at that time 2015. 2015, 10 years ago. Craigslist was almost washed up, almost finished up, but nevertheless, they were still posting some jobs on there. And I found this job. It said placing advertisements on top of gas pumps or something like that. I was like, what the heck? So I sent a message, like what's the phone number, whatever I had to do, and I got a call back, and like, yeah, you think you can do it? And I'm like, I think so. You can get down to LA, and oh yeah, I can get down to LA. And okay, go down. We're gonna have you go down and just put some signs. It's just you're gonna get. I don't know if I got paid or not. Just got to prove that I could do it. So I went down there, put 4 signs up. Went to one gas station, put signs up. Went to another gas station, put some signs up. Everything's cool. Yeah, it looks like you can have the job. All right. Oh, this is a cool job. You just gotta go there to each place. And back then, when I first started, I want to say it was like $15 just to go to one location. And it was like, oh man, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? If I do this many, I'll do that much, and go this many. So it started out real slow. Not really able to make money, so I had to keep on working at the $10 an hour job for the Mexican Millionaire. It wasn't going to be too much money. So still working daily, and did a couple of these stations. Then I started picking up a little bit more. I did inherit a subdivision in Montana, in which I had to take a loan for $750,000, and try to pick up the pieces that my dad had put together before he passed away a few days before his birthday in Montana, hunting for elk. And he, to the best of my knowledge, the best that we know, my dad did not have a license, and he was hunting and shot a 5x5 elk. If you know what that is, it's pretty big one, 5 horns on each side. And then he had a heart attack and died. I guess he got so excited about killing the huge elk illegally with no license, and then how are you going to get it out? How are you going to process it? How are you going to do it without getting caught? And he died. So he got away with a felony elk killing, no license. Carries 20 years in Montana. So if you're thinking about trying it, I would. That's probably what he was thinking about. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do 20 years in prison. I'll die. I'll just die. So yeah, he died. Rest in peace. He died. As soon as he got that elk, killed it, laid down on the ground, he died. So that was a pretty low blow right there. I was pretty disappointed to lose my dad because he'd been taking us and showing us all this different stuff for so many years that and I helped him build his last log cabin that he did build. I helped him with building some of that. So yeah, he passed away. So then he's developing this subdivision in Montana, in Clancy. So yeah, I had to take a loan, $750,000 loan. He wanted me to take all of that and be responsible for all the money and everything that was owed. And so I made a few $1,000s along the way. like a few thousand here and a few thousand there. Sometimes I'd get a 2, 3 thousand. One time I got 10,000. So that helped out tremendously, along with the transition of working for $10 an hour. Then we get a few thousand. So I got a few thousand one time, like 3,500. I was like, honey, let's buy a Honda Civic, 2003 Honda Civic. I found them for like 3,000 some dollars. That thing gets like 35 plus miles to the gallon. We'll be able to make money doing this job. Honda Civics are easy to fix. I did a little research. This is pretty good. Let's get this job going and get there. So we got the car and we got going and we started hitting this job. And next thing you know, it was 5 years later. We had been doing this job day and night sometimes, working 24 hours a day. I remember doing 3,500 stations, somewhere around that number in LA for the Honda, SoCal Honda. Um, 3,000 plus stations. So we like, yeah, you guys need to hurry up and get that done. Hurry up and get it done. And we're like, there's 3,000 gas stations. And my phone would get clogged up with photos. And it was just so almost not possible. Like, it really tested me sometimes. For hours, I'd sit there and not enough space, deleting these pictures. I had to take like 2 or 3 pictures of each advertisement, location shots, and all that good stuff. Picture of the paper. So it was just crazy to take all these pictures, to get them all uploaded. It was taking forever. The system that we had, it wasn't working. Just it would get your location and make sure you're at the right location, and it was just terrible. Like, took forever to get this stuff done, uploaded, and everything like that. Whatnot. So they switched the system to a new system, to a um, different kind of system called Field Nation. I don't know if anybody have ever heard of it. It's the orange F right there, Field Nation. And let's see if I can get in there. I don't think I can. I'm gonna try. So anyway, all the jobs are in there, and then they will assign them to you, or I'm gonna get in there real quick. See if I can make it in there. See if they got any jobs right now. Time pass code 246 337 246 246. And see what we got in here for right now for jobs. So anyway, so the system transferred over to this Field Nation, in which we were able to keep going. A lot of times we made $200 a day. It was a normal day. 200 a day was our average day. Sorry about that. just looking to see if there was any more. Jobs that are similar to that. So most jobs are like up in San Francisco area. And also I got into adjustable beds and massage chairs and fixing them. That was kind of nice. But mostly driving around, placing advertisements on top of gas pumps and taking pictures and uploading them to the company and getting paid $20, sometimes $60 per location. And anybody that wants that job, you can just send me a message and I can try to help you to get going with that and see if you can get started with the company. Pretty easy. They're out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Great company. I've known them for years, and lots of great representatives in that company. Great people to work with. Outstanding service. Never had a problem with money. Nothing like that. So if you want to get in touch with that company and see if you can do some work, send me a message, and we can see if we can get you hooked up. So best job I ever found. The funnest job I ever found. Greatest job I ever found. The best job that I ever made the most money. I made a lot of times $800 a day. It's just 4, 5, 6, 800 a day. 800 a day. A day. So the station started paying $20 each. So all I had to do was hit 40. And I didn't care if I hit 40 in 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours. I'm getting that $800. And so I just hit it nonstop, constantly, until I get that done, it's just basically a campaign. So we did campaigns for the government, Cal Fire, everybody. Laguna Beach Police Department, Utah DMV. Huh? Honda. Yeah, Honda. Did campaigns for Honda, Department of Homeland Security, everything. Did advertisements for anyone. Really enjoyed doing the Cal Fire because some guys are always out there risking their lives, trying to save your life. They're just good dudes. So yeah, one of my favorite campaigns is the Cal Fire. So nonstop trying to get that 800. So it didn't matter if we just made 200 for the day. There were days that we made $80, and we're just like, oh yeah, well,
Tell them what happened.
Too tired, stuck in traffic, couldn't do it.
2 hours in traffic.
2 hours in traffic. I was like, forget about it. Just go to Denny's and get some food. Lay the seats down in the car.
I miss that car.
In the 6 a.m. Lay the seats back up. Eat your leftovers from Denny's the night before, and grab a Starbucks, and you're on your way to get more and more stations done. So you did that for 5 years. For 5 short years we did. We missed birthdays, anniversaries, deaths. We missed funerals. We missed baby showers. We missed everything. We missed it. So I'm like, yeah, my grandpa died.
Well, that's
you gotta get them stations done. What? I said, man, you don't even let me. You ain't even letting me do nothing. We got to find somebody else if we can't. If you can't do it, we got to find somebody else.
Pretty much letting us know they could fire us.
And so basically, if you weren't going to pick up the package, and on the way to the location, first location, by exactly about an hour or two after they said, they were going to have somebody else go pick up that package, and you're not going to do it. So if you do get going with the company,
make sure you go.
Make sure you pick up the package and go just as soon as that tracking number hits. Get to the FedEx, pick up the package.
But check the package.
Get out there, check the package, make sure there's the right stuff's in there. We can guide you through, help you through. That's one of the best and only jobs that I found in my life. It was the greatest job. It was the best job. It was the funnest job. You can work with your wife or your husband, your dogs,
a broken down car,
your family, whatever. You can work and do that job. I'll make my wife go in and talk to the people inside. Sometimes they weren't that nice.
Some were really nice. Some gave me free coffee.
Some gave free coffee. Some gave free stuff. Some got mad and said, "You're not going to do it." Some
would have to call the manager.
Some were different.
Some weren't even there anymore.
Some would say no, and I'd come back in a few hours after they closed and put it anyway. Yeah, but it was the funnest job. Depending on how you treated me, it depends on how I treated you. If you were nice to me and you were and I was like, all right, well, I want to be back through here anyway in a couple days, if it was a passerby and it's like, well, sometimes I'd talk them into doing it. Like, come on, just let me put the signs. Like, what's this? Is it really going to kill you to put a couple laminated signs up there? And they're going to see them for what? A few minutes, and then you can talk to the manager in the morning or tomorrow or whatever and see and make sure it's okay.
A lot of them didn't really care. They're just like,
Yeah, some people were not even the manager or the owner or anything, so they didn't even care at all about what you're doing or what's going on or nothing like that. So one day, down into the line, our older friend, a veteran, he was in the Veterans Hospital, and
he was not doing that great.
He's almost dead. He was almost dead. Like I don't know. He was almost on his last leg. He was just like drinking himself to death, pretty much. And so he asked us if we could go by, take his keys and go by and feed his cat.
Well, sure.
Oh yeah, no problem. We got to go to LA tomorrow anyway, and then we got to be back down here to San Diego for the rapid transit system, more extension of the trolley, and we got to run up there to LA to do a few things. How about we go feed the cat? We'll stay at your house, take showers, boom, go there to LA, do that stuff, and we'll be back tomorrow night. All right, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got in the car and headed out right here on the I-5 freeway north in La Jolla Village Drive, right where the Veterans Hospital is right there. Got on the freeway and got going down, got onto the freeway, got into the first lane, got in the second lane. I remember getting into off the ramp, and then I know that I was driving along and I got in. I always got into the next lane over because there's 4 lanes. So the slow lane is the one that people exit and get on right there, out and off, right? I'm going up a couple exits, so I get into I call the second lane. It's actually the third lane. They count the lanes from the center. I count them from this way. So anyway, when you get onto the freeway, I got 1 lane over. So I'm in the second lane from the right side of the road, third lane from the left side of the road. The number 3 lane, they call it. Then I thinking about the things that I had to do for the next day, like the jobs I was just going over the stuff that I had to do. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. We're gonna go feed the cat. Just make sure I had all my materials, my frames and everything, and all the stuff that I needed. Just going over the little stuff that I needed to do for the next day. And when I checked, I don't know why I checked in the rearview mirror. I think I checked in the rearview mirror to get back over to the other lane to exit. Anyway, nevertheless, I checked back in the rearview mirror, and a car was coming at me so fast. And at the time I looked up, I had about a part of a second that I had to brace myself and get ready for impact. And so at that time, the drunk driver hit me from behind at 100 miles an hour and spun the car around, slammed into the middle divider, and we stopped at kind of an angle in the middle of the road. And then another car, 75 miles an hour, hit my wife's.
Couldn't see us, though.
Yeah, I couldn't see us because it was already blacked out. Our lights were all the way off, and we were just like sitting there dead in the middle of the road. And hit my wife's side of the car at 75 miles an hour. So the car impacted her. And so now she's has a lot of issues. Can't hear out of her right ear.
Memory's shot.
And I ended up with a bulging disc in my neck. So here we are today. And I can't say too much about the drunk driving accident. I mean, I can say a little bit, but not too much about much.
We just do not promote drunk driving. We do not promote any of that.
So went to the doctor. Well, we were in the hospital for 5 days recovering, and then 30 days in bed,
But my mother was there.
waiting to walk again. Yeah, thank goodness for my mother-in-law. She took care of us for over 30 days. It was about a month and a half, I think, more like.
4 days in the hospital.
30 days in the hospital. So then went to the doctor. Well, for many years I had been really healthy and no issues. So no need for a regular doctor when I was like 40 some years old. So no need for a regular doctor. No need for anyone to check me for anything or anything like that. Completely healthy as a horse. So after the accident, I knew something was wrong. I knew there was something wrong with my neck or my lower back or something. And I would like, okay, well, how am I going to find a doctor? Just like looked in the Google Maps and found a doctor close to me. Near to me, close by me. Closest to me, which I thought like, I don't know. I just looked at the doctors and said, maybe this is a good doctor. Maybe I don't know if there is such thing. There's a good doctor.
Not speaking bad of any doctors.
Not speaking bad about any doctors, but it's a good doctor. Let me know. I mean, so we went to this doctor and we told her that we've been in an accident. We were hit by 2 drunk drivers. And we have problems. Well, my wife said she has pain in her head. She's having problems hearing, memory loss, and different things. I have a problem with my neck right here, my lower back and stuff, and it just seems like something's wrong. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
Just bend over.
Just bend over and grab your ankles. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. And I was like,
and pain meds.
And then give us pain medication. Ibuprofen, naproxen or whatever. A little bit of this or that. I can't remember exactly, but you're fine. Just grab your ankles. You're gonna be fine. We weren't fine, and but nevertheless, my job They were like, "Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just make sure you get better. Make sure you get better. Whenever you feel up to going out there again, go ahead." And I'm like, "Well, I gotta get a car. Whenever you're ready, we'll cover you until you're ready. You're good to go with us. Don't worry about the stuff that got damaged and thrown on the highway, because that stuff's gone. Don't worry about that. So that ain't worth nothing. You just get better, and then when you're better and you're ready and you're ready to go, then you you get back out there and we'll be ready. We have work for you." Okay. So I started healing up, and to the best that I could, I was going to the doctor, borrowing my mother-in-law's car, going to the doctor, and after a few months, my mom helped me get a car. And, yeah, thank you, Mom. She helped us to get a vehicle so we could get back going again, and that didn't turn out so well either, but we still got the car and everything. But so yeah, we were asking for help. Like, please, there's something wrong. Can you take a look? This doctor didn't order any X-rays or anything. She didn't do nothing at all. She just said, "You're fine. Grab your ankles, do some stretches, and you'll be fine." So I was determined to find out what was wrong, what was hurting me, and what was the problem. So I went to another specialist. Can't remember the doctor's name, but it's the Spine Institute of San Diego, down by the 8 freeway down there. And went to see that doctor, and he had me go to LA to do MRIs and X-rays on my neck to see what the thing was right there. And so he said, "Yeah, you have a bulging disc, herniated disc from being hit on this side. Blew that disc out like sausage. And you're going to need to have it fused or have surgery or something done." Okay. So I was kind of like, whoa, it's kind of dangerous to be cutting right there next to my spinal cord and stuff. And I was still working to try to do whatever I could. Cutting the little 12 by. There are some of the frames that we use, that black one right there. But there were some that were 12 by 20. So I normally did them, and even if they were a little bit bigger ones, they're all just one little piece of paper laminated. So it really wasn't that much work. What I had a problem was when I had to replace a frame or put a screw in a big frame, a monster frame. That was when I had problems, and I have issues doing that. The little signs, they weren't too much problem. I was able to do them pretty decent. The driving had some issues with. Only because when you get hit by a drunk driver, you start to imagine that more people are drinking than they really are. So you can be overprotective over. You can just be like overdoing it, overdriving. Always looking in the mirror. It's just a bad thing. So, nevertheless, I worked, and I kept working, and I tried to go as long as I could. Meanwhile, going to the Spine Institute, going to the doctor, going to this new doctor. He said, "Yeah, you gotta have it fused." I knew another guy. He's like, "Yeah, I got a problem with my my knee," and he had a knee replacement surgery. But somehow the doctors, when they did the surgery, they messed him up. his back had to be like not taken out, but like a lot of little pieces and stuff needed to go into this guy's back, and that even made me even more scared to do any surgery because you're going to be cutting right there on my spine. And this guy had operation on his knee and messed up all his spine and his back up there. So I can imagine you cutting right here, you could easily mess something up. And I don't know, I just like a phobia, I guess, of being put under and them cutting at me with a knife and stuff. I don't know. I'm just not sure that I was going to be able to handle that. So, and so I didn't do the surgery, and I was too afraid to. And now here I am, the same thing, bulging disc, herniated disc, but starting to feel a lot of numbness and migraine headaches and everything that come along with whatever the problem is. So I did apply for disability, and I just waiting to see what they say. I've been trying to do little things, and I've tried little jobs and different stuff, and the last guy I tried to work with is like, you can't work, you're too slow, you can't even do it, you can't even. So yeah, I feel like I kind of like was did dirty by the doctors, in a way. I did file a lawsuit, or I guess not a lawsuit, but a complaint against that doctor and Chula Vista, and explained everything that had happened and how she did not help at all, and they just they're just like, hi, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. And I had seen that she had like lots of other complaints and from other people, but when they reviewed my claim and stuff, they're just like, yeah, nah. Sorry about that. They were like, nah, there's nothing. There ain't nothing here. Even though we went to her, and so now both of us are having a lot of issues, and
yours getting worse. He's getting worse.
And my wife can't hear out of her right ear. I can't even like rake the ground or anything. I tried to put my boxing glove on. Put my boxing glove on, and my wrist hurt. And I was like, I just put the glove on. I just put the glove on, and my wrist hurt. I'm not able to grab stuff and do any of that type of work anymore. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, if anybody has any suggestions where to go from here. I do have a disability attorney in Utah. I kind of wish they would have been here in San Diego, and I would have been able to talk to the people and explain to them a little bit more about what's going on and what happened and what our situation is right now. And so being afraid of getting the surgery and stuff, the little bit of money that we did receive, we opened clothing stores in Rosarito, and
we helped out a lot of people.
We helped out as many people as we could, and I guess a lot of people opened businesses, and It's basically try to do the best we could with what we could. I thought working with clothes would be an easy thing. It would be an easy thing for my wife. It would be easy thing for both of us. We're both injured. We're both hurting. Um, I figure like uh, hanging up a piece of clothes. Um,
Clothes like this one.
Clothes like this one. Does can anybody buy this? Does anybody like this?
Anybody interested?
Anybody interested in this? It's a nice
Men's.
Pavini Italian $70 extra large shirt. It's just beautiful,
Short
and
sleeve.
I just can't fit it.
Extra large men's.
It's just awesome little shirt. I don't know if
I
you
don't
can
think you
see.
can see it from the window.
And there, the front looks like that. But it's just been in this bag, and so we have had some nice things like this.
We still have some nice things.
These shirts. Yeah, we have a lot of nice stuff. The $70 shirt. Yeah, if somebody donates $50, I'll send it to you.
Really nice shirt.
It's more about the donation than anything.
You can Zelly, PayPal, Cash App.
Pavini.
$50 for this shirt.
It's a $78 shirt. Hasn't been worn. I've been keeping it in this bag nicely, and see, I'm not trying to get a free ride. Just trying to see if anybody is able to help a little bit, if you can. $1 is cool. I'm trying to get $100 together so I can get my passport card. It's going to expire in a couple days, and it's pretty much killing me not being able to work. I'd rather just die. I want to work. I want to do something. I can't. I'm not the kind of person to stay cooped up in a little spot for any time. There we go. Get a little bit more. A little more light on it.
What's on that little outfit behind you?
A little off it.
A little one piece.
Oh yeah.
On the hair. Yeah. See if anybody knows anybody that's interested in one little piece.
This is a
The chair's in the way.
small performance brown one piece
Bodysuit.
bodysuit.
It's really nice.
Smells new. So
It is new.
cafe brown.
Oh,
Got these boots right here. Oops. Dropped them. Boots right there. Anything.
donate anything you can for these boots. We'll ship
Anything
them right
you
to you.
for these boots. What size are they?
Size 24 Mexican, which is 7.5 American.
7.5 American, 24 Mexican.
Oh no. Here it comes.
Need the pig mask? Yeah, we got a pig mask available.
Ship for Halloween.
Any of you pigs out there want to get a mask? Come on, guys, where you're at. I know you can donate. Who's gonna get on here and give us a little money? A little money. Uh-oh, Blue's gonna get money. Come on up, Blue. Blue's got money. Come on, Blue. Show him a Blue. Woo, wee, Blue. He's dancing with the pigs. Lou dancing with the pigs. Hi, pig, piggy, piggy. Oh, he's mad.
You don't like the mask.
He don't like the mask. He's mad. He likes pork.
Okay.
He ain't doing nothing. Come on, guys. You can't send $1. You want this pig mask? It's a nice pig mask.
Any little donation
It
helps.
was only worn one time last year, Halloween. It's a beautiful pig mask. You can get it shipped out.
Right to you.
$50 donation. Use a pig mask. What else we got? If you live in San Diego and you want a blower, got a 40-volt blower with a charger, just donate that $50. No, you gotta donate $100 for that. So we're trying to get some TikTok people in here, but I don't know if it ain't gonna work. We had 88 people look at the live. 88 people look at the thing, but there's a couple adjustment bed things. One in El Cajon and one in Palm Springs, $100 and $200.
How are we gonna get down there?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can help. All the information for the donation will be in the description.
Hello.
We appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you have any suggestions, you can help. You can suggest a doctor. If you can help us anyway, it'd be much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get. Anybody know if you got a doctor that can give me a physical assessment? Then I have the papers for the disability. People, the doctor to fill out to get to disability people. What else am I going to tell you? So yeah, no money ever being made from this channel. The only donation we've ever got is from the sweet people, Jerry and Alicia.
Shout out to them.
From Imperial Valley. You guys know who you are. Great friends of ours now. We'll always be great friends. Some of the nicest people I ever met in my life. You just never know who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them. But what was I going to say? Got any suggestions or ideas? Any doctors who might be able to help? My doctor, I haven't been able to see him in person. I went to the office, the doctor's office on June and said, please, can I see a doctor, a general practitioner doctor? And they said, yeah, you can. And then they said, yeah, can you do these tests? Yep. Can you do these tests? Yep. Can I talk to the doctor? Yeah, you can talk to the doctor. You just can't see him. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. You can't see him. And I still haven't seen him. I have never seen his face yet after 6 months. Talked to him on the phone a couple times. But not really able to see him in person and explain to them, like I've explained to you guys what happened and how I'm trying to get some kind of help, or like physical therapy, or I found out there might be some injections. Basically, I tried to be a man and try to go as long as I could and be as strong as I could dealing with the pain. But it's come to a point now where it's pretty hard to handle the pain, even with pain medicine, and I don't really want to take any pain medicine. So if you guys can buy any of this, any flavor, it would help out a lot. You can buy it at Target, order it online. If you really are going to send a bag or get a bag and ship it, or
they send money so I can
you can send a message and I'll give you the address to send it to. It's about all I can eat right now anymore due to other health issues and problems. It's supposed to be everything you need right there. 85 plus superfoods, so I'm hoping this is going to kill anything bad that might be strolling around. That's what the drink is. Oh, Kachava. So yeah. Thank you guys for taking the time to check out the video. I tried to keep it exciting and fun to capture your attention. But
let us know which one of these you're interested in. Call of Duty, Call of Duty World War II, and Grateful Dead. Anything you donate, $50 or more, we'll mail you right to you. Except for the flag that he's waving around.
Except for the Mexican flag. It should be like this. Viva Mexico! I'm probably going to continue on so we can raise this $60 or $100 or whatever. I have gas money. I just need to try to get help with the $60 to go get the card. I have the gas. I have money for the gas. I just need to get the card. So if anybody can help with any amount, appreciate it. And I don't know how to say it. If I would have just helped myself first
and not helped
others.
Not help others either.
But I liked helping others. I like to help others. I love helping others. I wanted to help others. I dream about helping others, and I get satisfied when I help others.
You have to be able to afford to help yourself.
But I'm not able to help others now. And
now I'm asking help from others.
Hopefully some others will help me. But just a little bit of help from them. If everybody donated $1, we'd have $6,000. I'm plenty for all year. Just $1 per person. But where are them 6,000 people?
They'll be on later after we get off of it.
Yeah, they probably be later. I'm just gonna keep praying that somebody will see this video and see us and know us and be interested in helping us. Little bit. No pasar. I'll put all the information in the description. If you guys want to donate, all the numbers and everything will be there.
Cash App, PayPal, Zelly.
Ew. Only
Only
if
if
you
you
can. There's my phone number right there. You can send a message right now if you like. 619-830-1269. Can't be sure we'll answer. If we know you, we will. If we don't know you, we don't know if we can answer or not because we don't know you. If we're talking to a stranger. So thank you guys. We're gonna just keep on plugging away and keep trying to get a little bit of help here and there and whatever you guys can help with. It's very much appreciated, and I'm gonna try to make more little videos, tiny videos, short videos. I wish that I could do one restroom break, and I'll be right back for the final
Final part of the video.
the final word.
Yeah, final word.
Final thought. Exactly, the final thought.
The dog head.
If you got a chihuahua, take care of it.